Hey, great to have you here. So today I want to talk about the Scream 7 casting situation and run through the timeline post Melissa Barrera's exit. Before jumping in, if you haven't yet, I really appreciate you subscribing to the channel and joining this community. Now looking at Scream, we got Neve Campbell back originally, confirmed to be returning as Sydney, and then along with that, we obviously get Courtney Cox coming back, returning as Gail. We then get the news that Chad and Mindy are coming back, which was cool to see some of the newer characters coming back for Scream 7. I'm curious how they're going to incorporate that though, because obviously without Melissa or Jenna's character, it's a little strange to have Chad and Mindy in there, but I'm sure they'll find a way to do that. Then from there, things started to get a little bit weird with the announcement that Scott Foley was coming back to play Roman. Obviously, Roman died in Scream 3, so what all really is going on there? Later on that same exact day, we got the news that Matthew Lillard was coming back to play Stu Macher, making a lot of fans really happy, but once again, kind of being a strange situation because he died, obviously, in the original Scream. Then, in my opinion, they did a little bit of retconning. It doesn't change too much here, but in Scream 5, I think it was, we had Sydney on the phone talking to her husband, Mark. Obviously, the assumption this whole time was she was talking to Mark Kincaid, played by Patrick Dempsey from Scream 3. However, they've gone a different route here, saying it's some unseen character named Mark Evans, played by Joel McHale, so it sounds like they couldn't get Dempsey back for Scream 7, so instead of having him, they wound up just saying, oh, that's a different Mark entirely. We then got some other new actors announced as joining Scream 7, and then we were just recently told that David Arquette is going to be returning as Dewey, so for the third time, we have a dead character coming back. So the immediate thought that comes to mind, how are you having 3 dead characters coming back to the Scream franchise? There's a few options I want to run through here as far as potential for how this could take place. The first option here is that they're following Wes Craven's new Nightmare model. If you're unfamiliar with that movie, basically it would mean bringing the actors back to play themselves. So David Arquette would come back and play as David Arquette. This could really provide some homage to Wes Craven and would somewhat align to the movie plots as far as their matchups to their predecessors. Scream 5 had a lot of similarities to Scream 1, Scream 6 had a lot of similarities to Scream 2, and if you have Scream 7, have a lot of similarities to Scream 3, where we have the stab actors in that movie. It kind of would make sense to do a bring the actors back to play themselves here. This would probably be the most meta option for them to take with these characters coming back, but I'm pretty supportive of this option and maybe kind of where I lean towards as far as my preference goes. Option number 2 is having all 3 characters coming back just to be used as flashbacks. This would be the most straightforward approach of having these 3 actors come back and probably provide the least complexity to the existing storyline. Option number 3 is having all 3 characters coming back to play ghost roles, similar to what they've kind of done with Billy's role in the Scream 5 and Scream 6. This would be pretty silly to do in my opinion, and I really hope they don't go down this route. Number 4, I've seen some speculation online, so I'm including it for this reason, that they may use some form of AI or deepfakes here, pointing out the common trends in today's society. So the idea here would be pretty much to make fun of AI and have 3 fake versions of those characters. Similar to option 3's ghost situation, this would feel a bit cheap to me, and I really hope they don't go with it, even if it is culturally relevant for today. It's not something that I personally feel like would age that well. And then number 5, I'm going to leave blank for you in the comments, so let me know your own ideas if it's not something I previously discussed here. Recapping my thoughts on the variety of choices they could go down with these characters, I think I would enjoy the new Nightmare content most, but number 2 would also work for me logically, having flashbacks. One argument against the new Nightmare situation taking place here is that when they've announced theyese characters coming back, they're saying they're reprising their roles. So if you're coming back as your own actor, I'm not sure that would really count. So if you have, for example, Matthew Lillard coming back to play Stu Macher, saying that makes it seem like he's probably not going to come back and play Matthew Lillard, so we'll have to see ultimately there. Options 3 and 4 with the ghost and the AI seem pretty goofy to me, and I can really see them going poorly. But what do you think? Let me know your thoughts in the comments down below as far as why these 3 characters could be returning. It feels like once they lost their 2 heavy-hitter cast members from Scream 6, they went all Avengers Assemble on putting together a roster powerful enough to defeat Thanos. Probably a weird crossover reference there. Either way, let me know your thoughts, and let's talk all things Scream down below in the comments. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope to talk to you again soon.